for working from home. Just a little background on myself. I have been working from home, not just in home-based business, but in my career, my job per se, for over now 9 years. 9 years, wow. I've been with the company that I'm with now for over 7 years, and 2 of those years I spent with a different company working from home, and they were home-based out of California. The company I'm with right now, the home base, there's 2 home bases, and it's Minnesota and Alabama. I live in North Carolina. Our clients spread out all over the U.S. and including Canada, Hawaii, and Alaska. So I mentioned those other places because those are different time zones. So if you can imagine working from home, me and my team, we have to cover different time zones and be present for our clients. So with that, just wanted to give a little background of working from home, that I truly have the field experience for doing that. I've pulled the time, I know what works, I know what doesn't work, and I've been able to work from home and stay in this space through mergers, through displacements, where I've seen lots of teams just get displaced. I've seen people work from home, they come and go. Most cannot make it past 60 days, and it's because of discipline. So I want to share just some golden nuggets, some tips you can apply right now, because many of you are forced to work from home, and your performance is crucial right now. Your leadership is watching you. They are watching even though you're from home and you think they don't know. IT knows everything. When you're homebound and on your computers, just the wiggle of a mouse, they know it. Okay, and if you're IT, drop a comment, bomb away that I'm right. I know I'm right. I work in healthcare IT. We monitor analytics all day. So there is micromanagement behind the scenes. It's just that someone isn't standing over your shoulder. With technology today, we can tune in through software and application as if your boss is standing right behind you. So with that, these tips are always going to imply that intent. Are you working from home as if you're standing right there in front of your leadership, your CEO, your vice president, your director, your manager, your one-up, whoever you report to? Are you doing what you would do at home in front of them? So tip 1 is dress for success. Get dressed. I've been working from home for over now 9 years, and I've done the get up and put my hair up in a bun method. I've done the work in my pajamas method, and I almost lost my job. And the thing is, I didn't even remote in where they could see me. So they had no idea. They had no idea, but here's what I know. The sloppier I am, the sloppier my performance. Okay, and let that sink in, because some of you are in like maybe your first week of working from home. Don't develop bad habits. Don't let that hour or 2 that you normally have to take your kids to daycare or school, that you have to drive to work, that you're not having to get lazy. Don't do that, because you're developing habits. Get up as if you were driving to work. Okay, allow that commute time. Do other things. Get yourself dressed as if you're going to work. What I see companies doing now is that they're actually having to show video so they can see what people look like. This is so important. And I'm not talking about designer clothes. I'm not talking about going and spending thousands on a wardrobe. I'm talking about just look your best. Look your best and be your best. And here's another thing with that. I see people, and I've been there. I have been there where I'm at home, so I'm just in lounge clothes. I don't fix my hair. I don't do my makeup. Listen, why would I get dressed to go out and impress strangers? Why not get dressed for your family? Like, get dressed for your kids. Get dressed for your spouse. Those are the people who love you the most. So look your best for them, right? I'm going to bring some other tips. They're going to be like real and raw. If you'll listen to me, have that ear, you will have impeccable performance on your job, I promise. You'll be able to keep your job, sustain your job, and have optimization all in the way you feel about yourself. Self-care. So this morning I got up. Normally, if I were to drive 30 minutes to an hour to work, I would have had to get up at 5 a.m. 5 to 6 getting ready, 6 to 7 getting my kids out the door to my commute, right? So I don't sleep in. I get up at 5:30. I get some cleaning done, which I'm going to go over some more tips with that later on. Like I'm going to bring a tip every day for you guys. But I get up and do some things I need to do, and then I get myself dressed. That is crucial, you guys. If you're working from home and you get sloppy, your performance on your job will be sloppy. And it starts with waking up in the morning and getting yourself dressed. Get dressed for success. So that's the first tip for you for working from home. Make sure you get up just like you'd get up if you went to a job. And I say write in your gratitude journal that I had an hour back of time that I would have normally had to drive to my job that I'm grateful for. So what can I do with this time? What can I do with this hour? Can I work out? Could I read my Bible and do some spiritual work? Could I clean my house and get some things knocked out before the sun rises? Like, get up as if you were driving to work. Don't get sloppy. When you get sloppy, everything gets sloppy in your life. Your relationships, your physical life, your bank account, all that will get sloppy. That's the seeds you sow into yourself. So get up, get dressed. Ladies, fix your hair, put on your makeup. Gentlemen, take your shower, clean your nails, put on clothes. Do not sit around in pajamas. Put on clothes as if you were going out to your jobs. We're talking about tip number 2. And that is, for working from home, is having a good workspace, an environment that you can thrive in. Now, in my breakthrough training, we spend an entire week of training on your workspace, how important it is, how you can get organized, how you can create a space, no matter what. Even if you don't have like a designated bedroom or a designated office, you can still create space. So I recommend that if you're working from home and you're struggling in this area, that you get some training. You hire a coach, you help someone, you allow someone to help you get that workspace created. This is very important. It is actually proven mindset and psychological that your workspace is so important to your optimization and performance. So for me, I am very organized. I don't let that paralyze me. I don't let that stall me. I don't sit around and say, well, I have to get organized before I can work. No, I just make sure that that is a high priority to stay organized, to get organized and then remain organized. I believe that we need a good working space to turn on and off. So when you're working from home, what happens is people either really get, it's one side or the other. The balance is what we have to get to as far as the ultimate goal. But on one side or the other, this side, people get real lazy and they're not really working. And those people actually fall off, they lose jobs, they don't get to work from home, their businesses fail, etc., etc. They don't get the discipline they need to turn on and get highly motivated to work from home. So that's those folks over here. They get stagnant, they get lazy, they get sloppy, okay? Those are the people who don't dress for success, which was tip 1. Those people eventually just fall off and end up going to get jobs that they can drive to, because they have to have that structure. They have to have someone looking over them. They have to have someone saying, you have to dress up for work. You have to have a workspace. You can't sit around and watch TV and get a paycheck. Like, those people have to have structure, okay? And that's fine. No judgment, just saying. This is kind of a training call, a tip call. So then on this side, you have people highly motivated, highly disciplined, dressed for success, but then they don't have the workspace. They never create that space. So these folks I coach, a lot of them that I've encountered, just some stories, is some people will have a desk on their couch, You can't do that. You can't work in the same space that you are supposed to relax in. I've seen desks sitting beside of beds in bedrooms. Nope, your bedroom is your sleeping area. Okay, now we have workarounds. There's some people that have space that you just are designated and you have to turn on and off. And I work with people around that. We have moving desks. We have little bins that we wheel our desk up. We take it up. We put it up every day and we take it down every day. There's a workaround for that if that's necessary. But just to give you an example, I didn't have a lot of space in the home that we lived in a couple years ago, or 5 years ago. I've been working from home. And so I took my closet, took all the clothes out, used drawers instead. I had to have a workaround. But that was critical. If I was going to work from home, I had to have designated space, okay? So I turned my closet into my office. And even though I could stand like this, like this, and I could touch both walls, it didn't matter. The fact is that when I left that room, work was over. When I come into that room, it's work time. That is the on and off that you have to have in your mindset to go to work, okay? Because when you drive to work, you have a workspace, okay? And then it goes even deeper. So in optimization, think about like restaurants. When you walk into those environments, what are they like to get you to order off the menu and eat? If you walk into a store that sells clothing, what is the environment to get you in the mood to buy clothing? Understand that music, lights, colors, there is so much that's important to your environment. And guess what? My environment is not yours. So when I say get organized, your organization and what you thrive in is not what I thrive in. Everybody has a different set of fingerprints. Everybody is different. Okay? So this is where hiring a coach, taking breakthrough training is crucial for you if you work from home. I'm actually working with right now a couple of folks in the school systems to learn Zoom and how to work from home and take, the rest of this downtime where we're social distancing right now, and take that and learn and fuel that for school systems. So I'm working with some administration in some school systems on that, just learning Zoom and how to get their work from home and how to just maneuver all those parts. Because look, I've been doing this 8 years, but some of you are forced to be working from home and you're like, I didn't sign up for this and I don't even know where to start. So you need a coach, you need a trainer to carve out all those. You don't have time to scrape your knees right now. You don't have time. You got to get up and running and working. So to carve out all that time, it's truly an investment. It's truly an investment to hire a coach to help you get organized, stable, up and running with workarounds that help you thrive in your environment. I'm also helping a couple doctors get online. Like, this is an opportunity for us in this time if we can utilize our time right and learn new skill that sets us up for success instead of sitting back saying, oh, well, it's just a bad time. Because it's not. Every setback comes with a set up if you will take that initiative, right? So I know most of us watching right now, we're working from home. We're trying just to fit this in. We're trying to figure out, how can I earn money from home? Maybe your jobs have been, shut down because your people to people job, for example, like salons, they just got shut down. And this isn't a video to tell anybody to work with me or sign up. And I'm telling you to start operating from your home in some sort of business. Work from home. It is there. If it's available for one, it's available for another. If I can do it, you can do it. But what I recommend is, if you're struggling and you're not optimizing and you're not thriving in your work from home space, hire a coach to help you. So tip number 2, if you don't hire a coach, at least take this tip from me. You gotta have a workspace. It can't be at your kitchen table. It can't be on your couch. Psychologically, long term, that will never work for you. I've never seen it work for anyone. In fact, where I work from home, because I deal in healthcare, we have to have designated spaces. We have to send pictures in to our compliance team. for HIPAA and PHI and things like that. It is a big deal. Working from home is no joke, okay? It is not to take lightly. It is a big deal. And guess what? Again, IT and your work at your jobs, your IT and compliance teams can see everything you do. So even if you're sneaking at the kitchen table, it will catch up. It will catch up. And mentally, you can't turn on and off every day. You might can do it for a week. You might can do it for a month. Long term, you will literally have a nervous breakdown. You cannot turn on and off that way. Okay, you have to have a designated space, a workspace that you thrive in, the one that you cut the lights on, and when it's gravy time, it's time to get to work in that room or that designated area. Okay, when it's time to leave, you cut the lights off and you leave it. This is important too, because on one side of the area of the spectrum here, when we're trying to balance, you have people who get real lazy from home and they can't make it. Okay, then on this side, you have the workaholics too, who never turn off. And then guess what happens with that? So I had to hire coaches. I had to get trained. I had to be mentored. I had to get my mindset right. It bought into family. I didn't see my kids. I looked up in 2 months. I'm like, where's my kids? Like, I seen them, but I wasn't present because I'm home. They're here with me, but I wasn't present with them. So I started noticing some behavior and some acting out and some things happening in my house. So this is big time. This is not to take lightly. This is to take serious. Let me show you my word. This was my word last year, and it's my word again this year. Like, I thought it would be leadership, and that is a word for me this year to focus on, but it's still serious. We got to get serious about our business, serious about our workplace, serious about our work environments, serious about working from home, serious about making money right now. What we're going to do to thrive. How are we going to help our families? How are we going to serve our customers and our clients? How are we going to serve our employers? How are we going to keep these jobs in the hard times? How can we optimize on it? Not only keep your job, you could turn yourself into a millionaire overnight because of the opportunity to seize that moment. Hey, want to talk to you today about work from home tip number 3. Tip number 3 means don't steal time. It's so easy when we work from home, especially for someone else, okay? So I'm talking about people who actually work for other people from home. Being careful that you truly sit down and work from home. Also, if you're in business for yourself and you have any trade opportunities, or if maybe your coach or trainers are asking you to do certain things that benefit your business, remember you are your own boss. So don't steal time from yourself. Because here's the deal. You could do it and you could get by with it. And it's not like detrimental at first, but the fallout and the devastation is in the seeds you're sowing. When you and I steal time, it's a seed, and the harvest is coming. Some people call it karma. I call it reaping what we sow. So let me give you some ways I have stole time. Yeah, I've been there. I work from home. I had to get super disciplined because these types of things I noticed really fast were not in my spirit as what I should be doing. So we know better. We feel all warm inside. We know when we're stealing, right? It's when we're clocked in to do business and we're cleaning. We're clocked in, we're watching television. We're clocked in, but we're on our phones. Either on Facebook, things like that, right? We're clocked in and we're doing laundry. We're clocked in, we're working out. Clocked in and doing just anything around the house, domestic chores. Here's the deal. It's very hard to turn that off sometimes. You work from home and that clothes pile is calling your name. But if you worked outside of the home, when would you wash laundry? Would you be washing laundry if you were clocked in at a job, if you were at your job in front of your boss? Remember, that goes back to that rule that you only and ever do what you would do in front of management, right? So tip number 3 that's crucial for working from home is don't steal time. Don't steal time from your employer. Don't steal time from your coaches, your trainers, yourself. Not yourself, right? If you're in business for yourself, clock in for yourself. And don't steal time, because those are seeds we're sowing that come to harvest. So I hope you're liking these tips. I know they're hard sometimes, but these are hard lessons I had to learn. And many of them I had to scrape my knees. So we don't have time to scrape our knees right now. Many of us are working from home and we're thrown in these positions. Have some grace that you don't know better. You're human. You're trying to learn all this, but look, you can learn now and quick. I'm going to be starting some groups up in the next couple weeks to help people get on Zoom and learn some skill around working from home. With the first 3 tips, meaning, get dressed for success. There's more to it to learn and skill with that. Number 2, your environment and workspace. Really helping someone on a one-on-one level create that work environment. That was tip number 2. And tip number 3, not stealing time. It really truly requires major discipline to get yourself tuned on and off to work from home and not steal time. Hiring a coach is very crucial. Hiring a trainer is very crucial right now to carve out lots of time loss that could cost you a job right now. I know for me, since all of us are now from home because of the issues, right? Not just at my workplace, but in hospitals and other places I serve, my clients are actually going home right now. They're all working from home. I heard down from my own management, hey, we're watching y'all like hawks. Like I got an IM yesterday from director levels at my own workplace. And I'm like, well, keep watching me like a hawk because I do what I'm supposed to do. I'm good. But for someone not doing what they're supposed to do, it will catch up. Your management sees what you do. Your IT sees what you do when you work from home. And they are looking at who they keep right now and who they displace. Because this costs companies lots of money. It costs to babysit. So don't be the person that's in daycare, right? Step up in adulthood. Learn the skill it takes. Sometimes it may mean hiring a coach to carve out time that it costs you to scrape your knees and figure this out. So I highly recommend that as well. But in tip number 3, don't steal time. You know when you do it, you feel all warm. Go with your gut. Don't do it. It's not worth it. It will catch up. So, tip number 4, working from home. You must food prep, pack lunch, and be ready for your day. Because here's the deal. You get breaks and you get lunches. But if you use all that time to prep, especially those of you working from home and you're trying to help your kids homeschool. Okay, so let me just tell you how I factor all this in. I run 5 businesses. And I have a full-time job from home, okay? So on my lunch, I'm on my lunch right now doing a live because my food is already prepped. Last night I made lunches for my kids. All I got to do is pull it out of the fridge, boom, boom, done. My lunch is ready, boom, boom, done. I just literally walk downstairs, get my lunch, and I'm done. So I'm productive on my lunch hour. Most people would take their lunch hour to do God knows what, and after an hour, you're like, what did I even do? Did you do anything productive? Like, every minute counts. So when you're using your minutes that you could be making money, learning skill to make money, doing what you got to do, the hustle to make money, are you putting it in time to fold clothes, do lunch, or are you spending that time wisely? This is a critical component of working from home. So if I worked away from my house, I would have to pack lunch. I would have to make sure my kids have lunch. I would have to do those things. So it's really just the mindset of don't get lazy because you're at home, right? Do what you would do if you had to leave the house. So for me, I have my food prepped. If you do not know how to food prep, that is a critical. If you're watching me, I'm a business coach. I'm a social media coach. So if you follow me, you're going to get tips on how to make money, how to optimize your life, how to do it in a shorter amount of time, how to duplicate, how to get your money working for you. I'm very good at that. I have implemented that in my own life. I'm not where I want to be, but thank God I'm not where I used to be. And I've helped thousands of people earn more money and save money. Just helped a client save $5,000 like that, just doing a budget. So this is my niche. It's what I'm good at. I'm good at organization. I'm good at time management skills. So I encourage you to ask yourself, what are you good at? What are you good at? And are you making money with it? This is an ample opportunity while you're at home to turn yourself into a hustle. Turn yourself in a business. You do not know if you're going to have a job. We do not know what's going to happen to our economy. The last thing we need to be doing is hanging out in our house doing nothing. We need to be looking around and asking ourselves, how can I earn money? What can I sell? What can I hustle? How can I improve myself so I can go sell something, go do something, right? If you have a skill that you're good at, optimize on it, okay? So, but here's the deal. If you're going to do that, you can't take your lunch breaks and your downtime to watch television, to sit around and eat, sit around and do gossip on the phone, sit around on Facebook all day and look around and watch all this crazy stuff. You have to be disciplined, okay? So I want to just do a comparison. If I were going to go work out, I want to go join a gym. I want to hire a trainer. I hope you hire a coach. Because if I want to just go work out, you think I know what the heck to do? I'll probably pull my back out. Like, if you want to do something you've never done, you must get training. You must get training. You must hire a coach, hire a trainer to help you carve out scraping your knees along the way. That's what a coach does. They help you get to where you need to be, and a trainer helps you get where you need to be to develop skill that they already have, that they can teach you and help you do, so you carve out time to get to your goal faster. That's all it is, okay? So if I were to go work out, first I'm going to hire a trainer. I want to know how to use the machines. I need to know what I need to do. If I didn't go to the gym and do it, what do you think would happen? It'd be like a membership down the toilet. So your business is the same way. If you're not applying yourself in your business, every minute counts when you're in business. Every minute. So when you're working from home, every minute counts. So right now I'm talking about downtime. You have an 8 to 5, a 9 to 6, a 10 to 7, whatever you work from home, whatever time you got to log in. All this extra time that you have in breaks and lunches could be used productively if you plan for success. Plan for success. So tip number 4 is you must have your lunches and breaks planned. Downtime must be planned. What can I do in that time? And let me tell you something. I learned a long time ago, if you want a big bank account, you better do domestic chores when everybody else sleeps. So that means if you want to clean your house, you do that after 9 or 10 o'clock at night or before 7 a.m. That is when you do things like that. But here's what I see people do working from home and owning businesses. They cleaning all day. How is that going to make you money? Well, Kebie, I had to clean. Yeah, you clean at midnight. That's what a hustler does. They stay up longer. They wake up earlier. That's how you make money. People who rise the earliest. I know people who make millions of dollars and they get up at 5 a.m. They go to bed at 1. They only sleep 4 or 5 hours. That's all their body needs, because if the more you sleep, the more dependent you need it. I'm not saying people don't need rest. I'm just saying we don't need 15 hours of sleep a day. Seriously. There are things we can be doing that we're not doing because we're not taking the time to carve out and plan our time. So, tip 4, you got to learn how to food prep. You got to learn how to make lunches the night before. You got to look at your day and say, oh, I have an hour lunch. I have 2 15-minute breaks, and then I'm done. From 5 to 9 at night, what can I do extra? I need to learn a new skill. I need to go hustle my side business. Okay, if you're not doing business and you're just working from home with your employers, this is crucial too. Because if you're learning new skill of working from home and you're working 8 to 5 and then on your lunch break you're scrambling to go get your food prepped, figure out what the heck you're going to eat for lunch, you haven't even had time to shut your brain off to just reset. That is what a lunch hour is. It is a time for you to get yourself together, take care of yourself, sit back, breathe, right? Okay, I'm super good at this. I've been doing this a long time. I don't need the motivation of relaxation anymore. On my lunch breaks, man, I'm doing lives. I'm calling clients. I'm meeting people on Zoom. So I'm like, how can we make money? Boom, boom, boom. How can we make money? And you make that time count. You make that time count. But when you're new at this, just working 8 to 5 from home and you've never done it before, you need that hour to chill, to sit back, no TV, no phones, no talking, just sit there and just silence. Eat your lunch that you've already prepared, because you don't need to be prepared, and all you have to do is pull it out of the fridge. Okay? You pulled it out of the fridge, you have that solid hour to reset. So then you're back on your game. When you get back to work, it's like 8 a.m., like boop, 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 birds chirping, right? Ready to go. Then you start working that muscle. Then you can start adding more things in that lunch break. I will take 30 minutes to reset. So right now, I'm at 13 minutes into my lunch. I'm doing this live. I want it to be 15 minutes. Boom, I'm done. I go downstairs. I lay out my children's lunches, sit them down, tell them to eat. In silence. No, nothing that cuts on with a power button. When we eat, nothing, no electronics near us. If it has a power button, including the TV, we cannot play it. That is our time to sit there and be quiet. Learn how to be quiet. Be still. I will eat my lunch. I say it's time for peace. We have our peace time. Boom, we recharge. Usually the kids start doing their schoolwork. They're downstairs for 2 hours apiece. I come back, I do my work. At 5 o'clock, I have on the hour clients. One at 5:30, one at 6:30. I have a class at 8. I have a class at 9. Then I go to bed and repeat. That's what people do who hustle from home. So many of us are working from home making nothing. If your bank account has no money in it from working from home, it's because you're not implementing these skills. I highly recommend you hire a coach. I'm getting ready to do a whole group study and session on how to work from home and implement these skills. We're going to do a deeper dive. We're going to do collaboration. There'll be a community of support. Hop in. If you're a school teacher trying to work from home, if you're anybody trying to learn how to do online meetings, if you're a coach, a network marketer, you got to hire a coach. If you are in a career where you've worked away from the home and now you're pulled to work from home, you need to hire someone and invest in skill that will help you optimize your personal performance so you don't lose your job right now. That's what's happening. I'm not trying to scare people. I'm just trying to tell you that I've worked from home for 10 years. I've watched people come and go. They can't make it 30, 60 days. They can't even make it in their probation time. But you can make it. You can do it, and you can optimize your performance. You can be light years ahead of people. You could sustain mergers. You could sustain fallout, displacement if you learn these skills, I promise. That's all I've done. I've survived 5 mergers in IT. That is unheard of. The reason is because I've learned these skills. I optimize my performance. When I'm on my game, I am my employer. I'm all in. I'm there to grow the company. I'm there to serve my employer. I am grateful for where I am. And those skills, you don't have to be the smartest. You don't have to be the best. But the heart is the heart, right? And so anyway, that goes back to not stealing time, tip number 3. But tip number 4 is you got to plan your day. So that includes food prep, creating lunches, creating snacks for your break. You just go down, boom, boom, and you have that reset time. You got to have reset time. If you're a network marketer, a hustling salesperson, you use your lunch breaks. If you work a job, you use your lunch breaks to hustle your products and services. That means you're in inboxes, you're doing lives, you're connecting with clients. You're not sitting around watching TV, because that'll never grow your business. Sitting around having lunch breaks, that'll never grow your business. You've got to utilize your lunch hour. That's an hour, and it's in productive time. Non-productive time is when people go to bed, when half the country goes to bed. When is that? 9 o'clock at night. 9 o'clock at night, right? 9 p.m. Eastern. If you're on East Coast time, you need to be careful not to call another East Coast person because they could be in the bed, right? So that's the time I do stuff like cleaning, or if I want to watch something on TV, that's when I'll do that. But from 7 a.m. Eastern to 8 p.m. Eastern, that is productive time. That is no time for dead weight or dead non-productive time. So I hope this message helped. Plan your day. If you don't know how to food prep, I have coaches that'll help you learn that skill. I learned it years ago, and I'm so thankful for the classes I've taken to learn how to prep food the right way, cut vegetables, cut fruit, not just like putting bad stuff in jars, but really getting healthy lunches and healthy snacks. That's crucial. Your health is crucial, very crucial to optimizing your performance. So if you want to know more about that, let me know. I have a couple coaches on my panel I trust who will teach you how to food prep. And that way you are organized and you're planning your day. Tip 5 for working from home to optimize your performance is you must have a task list, a to-do list, a goal list. You got to have a daily calendar, a daily punch item, okay, whatever you want to call it. Some people go get fancy day timers. You can do that. I have a good old-fashioned composition notebook. I write like this was today, and you see some things in Sharpie and things like that. Hey Brandon, thanks for watching. So the stuff in Sharpie is a do not move. It is critical items that have to be done for the day. And Brandon, you'll love this topic because you always talk about how I get stuff done. This is it. This is my secret. So there are things on this list. And by the way, the skill that we're going to take a deeper dive into is that you've got to learn how to make a list that's realistic. Because what happens is people start doing this stuff and then they're not impeccable with their word, and then they start lying to themselves and their belief goes down the hill, and then you feel like a loser. But you're not a loser. You just got to learn the skill. So my stuff in Sharpie is stuff that I don't go to bed till it's done. So you got to have some critical items that have to get done. Then you got the sticky note method, which is what I'll teach in my class, and how these are things I'd like to do, but you know what? If I don't get them done, it's not the end of the world. I can just move it to the next day, okay? But it's got to get done, and you have different color code in priority, all right? Some people, like I said, they get fancy day timers. You can do that. I just get a good old composition notebook. I put the date per page on top of the page. And I already have, like, I'm through May, and I already have my stuff I need to do. So there's some things, too, that I do on a daily basis. So on social media, I may do my post. I may take care of a Facebook group. I may need to serve a client, a teammate, and I move sticky notes around that way. So I'm not rewriting things over and over. So these are skills you're going to learn to not only optimize your performance, but optimize your time. And I just highly encourage you to grab a coach, grab a trainer, help just to get organized and gain some skill here. Because what I find, I've been working from home, like I said, over 10 years. And we have hired some new folks where I work, and they drop like flies. Like some of them have hung in there, but out of like the 10 people I know have been hired, we have 2 left. Because people, they don't carve out the time that it takes to invest in themselves to learn, and before they even try. I don't know if that makes sense. But if you invest in something like a training that can help you manage your time, learn discipline, learn the skill and etiquette and things like that are working from home. Because look, your managers are watching, especially if you have a job and you have managers looking over you. Your IT, when you're logged in VPN network, your IT can see when you wiggle your mouse, okay? And there are people hired to watch you. So when you're working from home, these are critical skills that you must learn so you can keep your job and, like I said, optimize your performance and your time. You want to manage your time, right? Other things I find out for people working from home who don't hire coaches, who don't learn the skill. Some of them lose their jobs. Some of them burn out. Some of them work all the time and they don't even know when to turn off, okay? If you've been there. So I've been there. I've been like the workaholic who never spent time with my kids because I thought, well, I'm home and my kids are here, but I'm not present. So there's a lot to it. This work from home thing is no joke. It is an awesome opportunity, and right now you can truly capitalize. And if you will take a training, if you don't hire me, hire someone. I can give you 10 coaches doing this type of training right now. If you don't, you must invest in skill so you can be a different person tomorrow, right? If you're not used to working from home, you've got to gain skill just to be light years ahead of people, so that the people you work with, if they're not gaining skill, you'll be the one to keep your job. Because another thing that happens when we come home is it saves the company money. They're not providing a place for people to work, the overhead, etc., so they can get rid of a few people. You want to be the person they keep. You want to be irreplaceable, right? Like, they want to keep you because they know you're there on your game. You're dressed for success. You're taking the company to the next level. You're delivering excellent customer service. You know why? Because you take care of yourself. When you take care of yourself and you invest in yourself and you learn the skills, man, you can crush anybody in the marketplace. It does not matter how smart someone is. What matters is your heart. So I highly recommend, one, you go back and watch these videos, gain some skill here. You might get some stuff out of the free tips I'm giving you, and then invest in my workshop. It's going to be super affordable for you. Hit me up, message me, and I'll let you know the details. It's coming in April, so while we're home, you can start investing in skill. Hop into a community that's pre-built with people that's going to support you and learn with you, and we're all going to collaborate together. My 3 words I stand behind are community, collaboration, and commitment. So the other thing I'm going to do is get you committed to winning.